Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So all you are tantalized in your present centers for tonight's broadcast of the...
Hold on just a second. How's it going, everybody? Dakota here from Bald and Bonkers. Today is a very, very special day. I know those of you watching the video can see the words on the screen, but just work with me, alright? Today is a very, very special day for the Bald and Bonkers Network. Why? You may be wondering. Well, I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. Because a year ago, yesterday, on October 15th, 2021, the Bald and Bonkers Show premiered its very first episode. Now, let's just say the road has been a long one, and we'd be lying if we said we handled each treacherous task with grace and dignity. But, you know what? It's okay. We're learning as we go. We're becoming better with every step. See, Chris and I had an idea when we started this. What if we combined our resources, our ingenuity, our charm, and rise above the adversity that we faced in the beginning, so we could set a path to help others achieve their dreams along the way. I mean, how can we do this, right? We usually talk about the supernatural. You know, seems limiting, right? Well, you gotta stop putting everyone into a box, because humans are so much more. The human experience is full of many ups and downs, and more often than not can inspire amazing works that inspire and influence the masses to achieve great things. The reason so many of us in the paranormal field take to the media is because there's so few options for us to network with others and be able to try to figure out what the heck's going on. This is actually a very similar problem so many other fields face. So let's stop trying to divide ourselves. With the internet becoming even more ingrained into our society, doors are opening up at an unprecedented rate. But making yourself stand out from the crowd remains the dominant challenge. I mean, why else would a bunch of people start up BS fights, you know? So we're here to change that. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bald and Bonkers 1 year anniversary special.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I was just checking my phone there and fiddling about, looking at everybody in the chat. Look at Dakota, he's got a smile. Oh, you did it again. Every bloody time.
Mr. Spotted Dick.
I know, look, guys, I'll admit it. The Scottish people in the chat know what Spotted Dick is. It's a dessert. I was trying to tell Dakota what Spotted Dick is. But obviously, he's a simple American. He doesn't know what Spotted Dick is. Like, change that back. It'll save me reaching out there, you know.
Oh, Mr. Tiny Arms.
I know. That's terrible. That's terrible. Why don't we read out, Dakota, why don't you read out some of the people in the chat? Who do we all have there?
Oh, let's see. We do have Mr. Curtis. Yes, we know who you are, my friend. You were a rather interesting interview that someone over here kept complaining it was going on for so long. I kind of, in my defense, it's partially my fault because I didn't warn him when he said he would help make sure Sherry got on okay that she wanted to go a little extra long. So, my fault. And I know it's a sponge pudding now. It's just that the whole Spotted Dick story. This guy was so excited to talk about Spotted Dick when we were all
honestly, no. I'll tell you what it was, guys. We're having fun tonight, so I might as well tell you. You were playing the Xbox. Dakota was playing. What were you playing on the Xbox or the PAC? What were you playing at the time?
I was just working on stuff on the computer, right. But listening to.
I was playing GTA 5 with my friend John and my brother Drew, and we were talking about desserts, and I brought up the dessert Spotted Dick. Of course, this guy here started like freaking out, going, "What is Spotted Dick?" kind of thing, you know. But it's a sponge pudding with raisins or sultanas or whatever it is that's in it. And it's good. You know? I mean, it's... What's that, Drew's Paranormal? Chris Stewart and puddings. I like my pudding. Pudding.
What?
Pudding, man. It's a Scottish word.
You two got a Joker and Harley Quinn thing going on here, Chris?
What? What do you mean? It's pudding. Do you know that the desserts in Scotland, when we're talking about this is how the conversation got going, guys. Well, we're talking about, right, I'm going to start something here, and I shouldn't say this word, but I'm going to say it because he'll annoy me all night about this, right? We're going to mention the word aluminium, right? Aluminium.
Oh,
It was a talk about aluminium. My brother wasn't in yet. And, of course, my American friend, John. And this idiot here, it's not aluminium, it's aluminum. Look, we invented the stuff. It's called aluminium. What do you think, guys, in the chat? Aluminium or aluminum? Come on, all you Scottish people and all you British people out there, put in that chat what it really is. See? And this is how we got into the name Spotted Dick, because we're talking about strange things called strange things.
Well, you got to admit, we are in a unique situation where trying to figure out, all the weird shit that goes on, all the weird differences between the U.S. and the U.K., it makes for some interesting conversation.
Yeah,
so,
strange words.
Yeah, like how you guys go to say suck a fag means something completely different here in the U.S.
Well, that's right. That's
for any Americans, that means cigarettes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Right? We
Mike!
have it. Yes, Mike! Hey, Mike.
Here come the Cylons.
What's up, guys?
Oh, it's good to see you, Mike. It's so good to see you.
What's going on, brother?
I'm just going to send an invite out to Papa Joe, because I didn't know if you were coming on tonight, Mike.
I thought you said his name was Papa John. Like, are we just
Papa John? How are you, Mike? How's things, my friend?
Cold. I'm very cold right now. How about yourself?
Yeah. It's cold here in Scotland, like, it's getting cold. I was out today and we filmed and stuff like that. But I didn't think you would join, because I seen you live the other day there, and I will admit I had a tear in my eye when I seen it. I will admit. Because I was actually really worried, and a lot of the people in the chat there, like Sherry and Drew, and a lot of the people there were actually really worried about you. We were all thinking about you.
That's appreciated. Thank you.
I'm just going to send Papa to get him in, so I'll just give me 2 minutes and I'll disappear.
We got Big Mike and Big Papa, all sorts of weird shit.
I think this is going to be awesome tonight, and our 1 year anniversary, Mike.
Yeah, somehow we haven't managed to kill each other yet.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Well, he's all the way in Scotland, so it'd be hard to hit him. Wait.
Oh, there you go. I sent him the see if he'll come in, because I'm hoping that he will come in, because I would like everybody to. Do you want to post the link in the chat, and we might as well get everybody on,
Why not? Let's have some fun.
Drew, Sherry, please join us, and we'll get to talk to Mike and that, because we've been going for 1 year, Mike, and this is an honour you coming on for our 1 year anniversary. It's like we've been married. Isn't it? It's like we've been married, but it's...
You're the one that was saying that we sounded like a couple of homosexuals when we were done with Craig last night.
What do you mean? Who said that?
Exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well,
there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that, no. If you're into that...
But if I was gay, I could do a hell of a lot better than him.
Yeah. I take it it's quite cold up in the mountains, Mike.
Yeah, it's just cold in the house. I'm very cold right now. So.
Mike, you know one of our latest guests on the Lost Magics, Mr. Curtis. How do you say your last name?
Hey, guys.
Sherry's in the house, too. This is going to get a little dangerous.
I can't see my glasses, guys. But...
Happy 1 year!
Hi, Sherry.
Woo-hoo! Let's celebrate!
Hi, Sherry.
God.
It's
Hello,
really
darling,
good.
you okay?
Mike looks like he's ready for the Antarctic.
Chris, Dakota, Mike.
What's up?
Hi, guys.
That's my brother, by the way, Mike. So if you want to cuss from him, that is totally fine.
Hey, Gerbil, why
My
don't you
favorite
come up
episode
on
has
here,
to be
man?
last Friday, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that. Chris over here was complaining it was going on for so long.
I know.
See,
I share it.
he was all upset because he ran out of his damn vape juice.
I did. I run out
Can
of
I
vape
just
juice.
say
Hi,
one,
Dakota.
just say one thing, guys?
What's that?
Sherry, how
Right.
you doing,
I
woman?
do want to do this because obviously we've reached the 1 year anniversary now.
Jerry.
None of us, and I know definitely Chris and Dakota did not expect it to go off like this.
Oh my
But
God, no.
I would like to say thank you to Chris and Dakota for doing this because they have got the most amazing company. They keep to their words and they're absolutely amazing to work for. We've met some amazing people over the platform and we would like to say a big thank you to all of you in the room because without you, we would not have been able to do what we've done today. So big love to Chris and Dakota and to all of our people that have been with us all the way
I would
through.
I would like to say thank you to everybody that's come on to our show, especially Mike, because the knowledge that Mike has gave us over the year that we've known
Mike's
you, longer
awesome.
than that, is something that's. I've started going out again, filming locations, going to locations, and I'm following Mike's footsteps. Hopefully, a strange creature will jump out and try and eat me, mind you. But
Dude, Jesus, tap dancing Christ. My footsteps are the last ones you should be following.
I was about to say.
I know, but it's from the best, you know. So Drew, please join. It's weird, really weird, isn't it? How this has been going for a year now.
I didn't even realize that we managed to make it this long until not too long ago.
Yeah, no, it was mad because it all just started out as with doing streaming and stuff online, and it just becomes so much more. And we never ever expected it to blow up the way that it has, but it has. And everybody's coming over. We've got some amazing things coming to the company for all of you guys and for each of us. We've met some amazing people as well, such as Mike. Mike is absolutely awesome. No matter what he's done in the past, he's...
Guys, don't talk all at once.
They have a really bad habit about that, Curtis. You might as well just get used to it now.
What's going on, Dakota? We got a delay.
Maybe if you turn down the thing that you're watching, you'll be able to just, because you're just getting a delay, and we can hear that.
Can you guys read my lips?
You need to turn down the thing that you're watching.
Can you guys read my lips? What I'm saying right here, right now.
We can hear you.
Curtis, can you hear me?
Echoes.
What you need to do is on your Facebook, on the YouTube page or whatever page you've got the show open on, you need to mute the page, not the StreamYard that you're on. You need to mute the page.
I need to go to Facebook.
So what are you watching this on? What are you watching this on? Like what page have you got open?
A laptop right now.
Yeah, you're on the laptop, but what page you got open? Have you got Facebook open, YouTube?
I'm getting flashbacks from my...
I was on the YouTube channel.
Right,
and I
on
just
the YouTube channel, if you go to the bottom of the page, there is a little sort of, it looks a bit like a microphone or something. You need to click that and it will turn it off. It's just took itself off.
This kind of reminds me of when I used to work technical support for an internet company.
Yeah.
I had that conversation every time, and it's always older people who didn't have their grandkids home.
Yeah, no, you do find that some of the older generation have trouble with understanding understanding technology. It's nuts.
Yeah. Hey, Drew, there's Drew. She was out with me today. So, how are you, Drew? Did any spirits follow you home?
Already, wow.
Yeah.
A year already.
I know. Where has time went? You know, where are we going to be in 10 years? This is the thing. Dakota might have had his hair transplant by then, you know. You
The
never
moon.
know.
Oh dear.
Oh, God. I look better bald, trust me on that.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, it's
Hi,
one of
Mike.
those
How
kind
are
of things.
you, buddy?
Hello.
Hey, Drew. What's up?
Hi. I'm good, buddy. How are you? Hi, Mike. How are you, buddy?
Oh,
Oh, Lordy.
I think.
Curtis, on your Facebook, on your YouTube that you was open on, that you'll see the page. Go to the page and click on the little microphone. It looks like a microphone.
What the fuck?
Not on the StreamYard, on the YouTube.
Oh. Right.
You've got to go to the fake YouTube page.
Jesus tap dancing Christ.
Fix it, Curtis. Mike's coming for you.
I need a drink.
You're on your laptop, yes, Curtis? You've got the
This is
Facebook
brilliant.
page open on your
No,
you've
I'm just
got the YouTube page open on your laptop, saying on YouTube, it's saying Bald and Bonkers anniversary.
Sherry.
Click the mic. Where the sound is, there's a sound bar at the bottom. Press the mic next to the sound bar. Where the sound is, there's a sound Right, hang on a minute. I'm going to.
What do I do? Just leave studio?
Right, no, go
No.
on the YouTube channel, the Bald and Bonkers YouTube channel. You've got the page up, haven't you, showing the video?
Just leave studio?
Right, no, go to the bottom and you'll see what looks like an adapter phone with like lines, like showing that it's talking. You need to click that so there's a line through it. And that'll mute that, but you stay on the panel.
I'm still looking at. I don't see it, Sherry.
Right. See, right. Your laptop's open. At the top, you'll have StreamYard open. And you'll have YouTube open. Close YouTube. Just close YouTube. Just close it. VX.
Right, go onto the YouTube and go to the bottom of the page of that box, and you'll see an adapter phone with lines. You need to click that. Run your mouse over the page so it comes up. Run your mouse over the page so it comes up.
Go to my mouth where the page comes up.
No, not the mouth. Oh my God, not your mouth. Mate. Go to the adapter phone.
What
at
are you
the bottom
talking?
of the box.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to get assistance,
Run
guys.
your mouse, the thing that goes around on to make your laptop.
It's just close
They
to
want me to
YouTube,
shut them
man.
on. Their anniversary show, but they want me. She wants me
This
to
is,
go to here and. I have my son. Maybe he can assist me with this.
Right.
Hello. What we're trying to do is get him to turn off the sound on the YouTube page. Click onto the YouTube page, and there should be a bit that an adapter phone that you click just to take the sound off.
Very good point, Trina.
Oh my God. I
What
really,
the fuck?
you can't plan these things.
Oh.
You can't plan these things. I would just like to say
That's
to
why
Smith Family
it's always
Paranormal.
really good to go live.
I would just like to say to Smith Family Paranormal, well done with the trolls, because they've whacked a couple of trolls already.
Well done, guys.
Already?
Love you.
Aye. There, Mike, you need to get the voodoo magic out for the trolls, you know. Turn them into munchkins or something like that.
This is. I'll just say this about the trolls. Fuck them.
Careful, that might be taken the wrong way with one of these people.
That's right. They might think,
The thing is when you're getting trolls, you know you're doing something right. Because they only come after the ones that are really standing out. And we've all of us on this panel have had problems with trolls. Believe me.
I haven't.
Well,
They
apart from
fucking-
Mike. But that's
they
because Mike's
probably
Oh,
Mike.
no, it's not trolls, it's porn bots.
I mean, they fucking ignore me. I've tried to attract them over the years, but they never come and bother me.
I know.
It's rather annoying, actually.
For all you trolls out there, please visit Mike the Naked Bigfoot's channel.
I mean, I
leave
worked
him some
really
interesting
hard.
messages.
I mean, I worked really hard to get a stalker, and I never got one. I mean,
I know.
I feel left
Dakota,
out.
he was telling me the same. He chased about all these strange people, and I don't end up with them. It's terrible. I want my
ever since Mike made the joke about paranormal titties on this show, I keep getting a bunch of women sending me topless photos on Twitter. And I'm just like, what the?
Oh, dear.
I just get lots of dick pics on Twitter. That's all I get. I don't get that.
Well, there's
my feed is just filled with like dicks. I mean, I don't get it. What do I give off that energy or what? I just don't get it.
Oh my God.
I mean, I get no titty pics. I get no vagina pics. I get lots of asshole pics. But the majority of them are dick pics. I mean, lots and lots and lots of dick pics.
Oh
it
my
makes
God.
I don't understand why that. I never thought I gave off that kind of energy, but apparently I do.
Oh, this is. I'm going to say what Mike says. Jesus tap dancing. How did you come up with that saying, Mike? Where did you get that from? Out of curiosity.
I used to, and I used to had an associate who was very, very religious. I mean, deeply religious, and they were offended by everything. So I took it upon me to make it my life's mission, just to fuck with them at least once a day. Just to tweak them to make them mad and give me something to giggle about.
That's very true.
And one day I looked at them and they said something about, they wanted me to say the Lord's Prayer with them for the 800th time. And I looked at them and went, Jesus tap dancing Christ, will you just give it a fucking rest? And they went, you're being blasphemous again. Jesus tap dancing Christ, you shouldn't say that. You're being blasphemous. I said, what? My Lord and Savior can dance, can't yours? He got really quiet and he said, yes, he can dance. I said, okay. No offense, he said, I guess not. So ever since then, I've been saying Jesus tap dancing Christ.
I've actually caught myself using it now and again.
Yeah, it's my exclamation whenever just something otherworldly, bizarre, I just can't fucking believe it happens, and it just comes out of my mouth. Jesus,
I've actually got a question for you, Mike. When is your book coming out? When is that book coming out?
It should be out posthumously fairly soon.
Good.
Good.
I'm going to back up. I'm going to cherish it. I'm going to cherish that book. I'm going to hand it down from family to family. I think it'll be really good because the stories that you tell the true life stories that you tell on your show will be really interesting. I take it they're in there.
And honestly, I'm surprised we haven't been flagged because of Mike.
I know.
I mean, they leave my little show alone, and fuck, I don't have nearly as many people that follow mine, and I'd figured somebody would have complained by now, but nobody has.
Well,
I've said some shit on my show, so.
Well, I will say the one show that will go down in infamy.
Bitchy Foxy says sex in the paranormal.
I always wanted to redo that show because that was supposed to have been a serious show.
Oh, no, you shouldn't redo that.
It ended up not being very serious at all, so
because
it was rather sad.
Like thousands of years from now, an advanced civilization will come across that recording and want to watch it.
Oh, dear Lord.
That and the Paranormal Predator show where I went on for like 25 minutes trashing Zach Bagans. So.
No. Old Zach. Old Zach. Can you not forgive him, Mike? Do you know want to get one of his wee dolls, the wee Zach Bacon dolls that you can buy now? Did you know you can buy Zach Bacon's dolls?
I mean, you've reached a new level of douchedom when they make a bobblehead after you. I mean, that's a whole new level of being a douche, is having a bobblehead made of your likeness.
Chris, there's going to be new merch in the store of bobbleheads of all the hosts, by the way.
That's
very nice.
I'm joking.
I think that'd do it.
I'm just telling you, that would be. It's a new level of douchedom when you do that, and then you put them in your you put them for sale in your haunted
Oh yeah.
Your haunted museum.
Your haunted museum. You know. One day I'm going to visit that place for you, Mike. I'm going to visit that place for you.
Take a shit somewhere in there where he can't find it. So. Drop a big turd somewhere.
I don't know. You don't see him on TV much anymore. I think that's I think everybody's fed up.
Dude, he ruined. I used to love watching cooking channels and cooking competitions.
Oh,
yeah.
And they had the Halloween, not the Halloween baking championship, but it's the Halloween where they do the pumpkin carving and shit on. And they let that asshole start hosting it.
I saw that.
And for the last 3 years, I stopped watching it. And I actually went to the cooking channel's website, and I think I wrote like 6 pages of why they fucked up.
Oh, Lordy.
I'm pretty sure that I'm on a do not call list from them. So
that's something quite interesting, Mike. I never knew you were into cookery programs.
Yeah, I like cooking programs. They're very relaxing.
Surprising.
I do. Yeah, I'm going to bring up I'm going to bring up a famous cook for Britain for the 1970s here. Her name was, this has got to be epic, and Sherry knows who I'm going to say, didn't you, Sherry? Fanny Craddock.
What?
Fanny Craddock. Look up the name Fanny Craddock. It was a famous cook. Sherry, you know who I'm talking about. Please, Lord. Sherry froze.
No, she's not froze.
No, I'm should still.
You know who I'm talking about.
You know who I'm talking about.
The 1970s. I'm not that old, guys. I watched the old ones, and you know who I'm talking about.
I don't really know her very well, but I do know that.
You've heard the name, yeah. She uses butter muffin, Mike. She uses butter muffin. It doesn't matter what it is. She uses butter, like slabs of butter.
Those were the best cooking shows when they actually cook. And not the ones where, we're going to do something vegan with nothing but broccoli and cauliflower. Why just call it, the 1 hour part cooking show? I mean, because everything they cook with will give you gas or make you shit. So I never quite understand. I don't understand modern chefs at all.
That's the thing that you bring
There's
up, Mike.
There's quite cool shows doing that, isn't there, on TV?
But see, that's the thing that Mike brings up, Sherry and Dakota. See all this vegan stuff lately? Do you not find it very annoying?
It's a cult.
I find the vegans no.
Well, it is when you're a meat eater, but I do get that some people don't like eating meat. I get it.
I have to make this discretion because my grandma went to a vegan diet after she had her heart attack. Yeah. So I'm just making this discretion. Yes, the vegans are fucking annoying, but I love you, Grandma. I'm saying that because I know she does watch this show, and Mike, she finds you hilarious.
There you go. You've got the miles, Mike.
I find that older women like me for some reason. I never quite got that.
There you go. I think you should bring out a calendar, Mike.
It probably is one of me back in the day. I used to make calendars for Christmas presents and gave them to people, but not of like my crotch or anything, but of when I was there.
It's a distinction.
For those who don't know, I used to be an art photographer, and I used to be a wedding photographer and event photographer as well. So,
wow, you were a wedding photographer? Oh
yeah, I was a good wedding. I was a wedding planner and photographer. I was a nightmare apparently. So, but people loved my work, so I kept coming back.
Huh. The things you learn about people.
Well, that was something we didn't know about Mike.
No.
I think that's up there with finding out Brian J. Laverty used to be a hairdresser.
I know.
No, I had to pay for the gas in the Batmobile somehow. So
It's the Batmobile. What kind of car was it that you drove?
oh God, it was the last one I drove was a '68 Chevy something. It was huge. I mean, it was a solid. It was a tank. You could fit. I swear to God, you could fit 11 people in that thing easily. But that was my rolling home for a very long time. So, and it was. I had all 4 tires go out at the same time on me one time. So,
oh my God, how's that possible?
Shit.
It was. Well, it's a story which I think is somewhere in that damnable tome that's coming out. I was leading an investigation, and I had stirred up some shit like I always would do when in my younger days I'd go in and stir shit up before I learned my lesson. And those tires were brand new, but all 4 of them blew out at the exact same time when I left the site that I was researching. So,
wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I found
something reached out and touched me that day. So
the show you did about that mansion, you know, the one that fell down, the one with the 2 guys that were murdered in the mansion. That story was a very good story. That I actually looked that place up, and it shows you what's left of it, what's actually left of the windows, and in its heyday, it was absolutely beautiful. They did such a good job at Corpsewood Manor. They did such an amazing job there. They took natural stone from the mountainsides too to build a lot of the structures they had there. I mean, they had tons of outbuildings. From what I understand, if you go there today, you still get lots of visitors, people that go there, paranormal people, true crime people will go there and visit. You'll run into people all the time there. It's still quite popular for people traveling through the area. Yeah, Corpsewood Manor is both beautiful and terrifying at the same time. So there is something that got left behind there that's really, really, really evil. So, and I don't use the word evil often, but there's something there that's bad. Yeah, you've actually got a bit of brick for that, haven't you? You said about that. You've got a bit of brick for the manor. You know, a bit of stone from the. You've got a bit of stone
a piece
on
of
brick.
The base. That piece of the masonry that I took there.
Yeah.
I felt like I needed to take it at the time. I can't explain it. I felt that, and that always happened to me. I felt the need to take something with me.
Yeah.
I never can explain the feeling that comes over me when that happens, but I feel the need to reach out and get it. And I regret it afterwards, so.
Yeah. But your collection of stuff's absolutely amazing. What you showed me and Sherry, and you've showed a lot of people in your lives. I mean,
there's always more.
Oh yeah, I found the tooth one very interesting. The tooth. I was like, oh my God, he did what for a priest?
You don't understand the shit that I did to collect some of that, some of the charms that I have, the pieces that I needed. I went to great lengths to get things, but I don't consider myself a grave robber. I consider myself a grave borrower.
Grave borrower. All right.
Yeah.
Like I said, I never took a tombstone though, because that's the height of desecration.
Oh yeah.
Is taking the headstone from a place. I had to deal with a family whose son had stolen a headstone one time. It's a headstone that was taken out of a pauper cemetery. And it was the headstone of a 13-year-old little girl who had died in a fire, violently in a fire. And they had all kinds of insane activity in that house. and they couldn't explain why. But I kept watching their son, the little 16-year-old delinquent. He wouldn't say anything. He would just nod his head or use, a couple of words to answer my questions, and that would be it. And I said, "Do you mind if I look around your house a little bit?" He ran straight to his bedroom and jumped up on his bed and just sat there. And I looked at his parents. And I said, "Can I start in his room?" And he had that tombstone in the back of his closet that him and his friends thought it'd be funny to steal. It was a dare they did to him. They thought it'd be funny if he went out there and stole that stone out of the cemetery. But that stone caused a lot of bad activity. His mother almost died because of that. So by the end of that investigation, I ended up making Sonny Boy cry quite a bit. And I was pretty sure that his father was going to kill him as soon as I left the house. So
yeah,
they were going to make him take the stone back, but I convinced them to let me take the stone. And you have to remember, this is an old school stone. You would see maybe 2 or 3 feet of the stone above ground. But below ground, it was a stone that extended down to about 4 or 4.5 feet into the ground. So he had to work the stone up out of the hole to get it out. And the stone was literally perched right where the coffin was of the little girl that was buried there. So that's one of the
That's intense.
That's one of the more unfortunate encounters I had with people who do actual grave desecration.
But you get stupid people in this world, that's the thing. You get people that do things like that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the stupid people reproduce quicker.
Yeah.
Hello, Phonics.
Hey, Phonics.
I met people who made altars out of tombstones that they had taken from graves.
Oh, God.
I had, you name it. I've encountered some really stupid shit that people did with with grave desecration. So not necessarily body desecration.
The worst thing I've ever seen to do with gravestones, I'll tell you what it was. There was an old graveyard that got bulldozed, right? And all the stones were piled up, and there was one guy in particular who was building a house. And he took all the sandstone stones with the writing on it and made his window frames for his house. You know how you get the big long ones. He actually turned them in, he cut them in half, and he actually made the windows of the house.
That's so fucking stupid. I mean, that's. Oh, I can't imagine the jelly like hell he's burning in right now. So.
He's dead now, but it was a TV program about him. It was a famous guy in the United Kingdom, and he was talking about he was building his own house, and he went to the minister, local minister, and they were opening this new graveyard because the old one had been moved for like building houses or something, and the minister sold them all the old stones, and I was like, wow. I mean, can you imagine that house today? Can you imagine how active that is?
He was no minister for doing that at all. He was no man of God for doing something like that. No. Church of England for you. There you go. So, So the fall will be in the mountain right now, Mike. It must be beautiful with all the colours of the trees, because it is like that here. You've got all the oranges and reds and yellows. Yeah, we do. It's rather beautiful back here right now. So,
Papa Joey's just wrote in the room. I'm heading back to the house. We'll jump on when I can. My connection sucks where I am. Okay, no problem, Papa. I would have liked it if you'd come on and seen Mike. But when you get back, I suppose. So, Dakota, how are you? What's happening in your neck of the woods, Dakota?
Well, actually, ended up having a bit of a surprise development that's been 8 years in the making. I know Chris already knows about this.
Yeah.
For those who are a bit on the gaming side, I occasionally pop on.
Yeah.
Back in 2014, I jumped on a game called Scorn. I actually helped develop it, and it's finally came out. So I will just say, if you're easily squeamish, don't play it.
I've seen it, and it looks awesome. You can get it for the PS5, which is...
No.
You get it for the Xbox. You don't get it for the PS5?
It's an Xbox exclusive.
It's a PC and Xbox exclusive.
Oh. I've seen the trailers for it. It looks good.
So suck it, PlayStation hippies.
That's terrible. You know Mike's a PlayStationer. That's it. You came what's going to happen now. Mike's got to come and haunt you.
I'll be waiting for you. Come say hi.
Mike, that's a mission for you. You know? Where's Drew? Is she away charging her laptop or something?
That's what she said. You just noticed now she was gone?
Yeah, I thought she'd disappeared. I thought something had happened to her connection or something like that.
No, she's still there.
I think her laptop
It's
died.
like she's in the chat, but...
No, she's on the screen, too.
Andrina?
You're talking about Sherry, right?
Oh, no, we're talking about Drew. Yes, Sherry.
Calling women by the wrong name, Mike. Oh, that's not good, brother.
That's that. Halloween's coming. You're going to be hearing a rustling outside in the darkness.
Time to bust out the jars.
I know. Halloween's only, 16 days away? Is it 16 days?
Oh, it's 15 now.
Is it 15 days now? So what are you doing for Halloween? What are you dressing up as, Dakota?
We'll see what I can get my hands on, but can't do anything too extravagant because I got to go to work on Halloween night.
Oh, Cherry, what are you dressing up as?
I'm just being myself, being a witch.
Mike the Naked Toad, huh?
I'm gonna be I'm just being myself, being a witch, and probably gonna do some little things online and do my usual.
I'll just pop out a pair of specs and come to Halloween in his crib.
Aye, I'll dress as Dakota. I'll take my specs off. You know, it's all that free candy. I've had no candy for about 2 weeks now. I'm looking forward to it. You know, but
I'm looking forward to Discount Candy Day.
Oh, that's the day after Halloween. That's sacrilege, you know that?
Exactly.
But that's when all the kiddies come round your door. You're holding Halloween. You know? And they all want candies. You know?
I know. Good.
Yeah. So here's a question for you, Mike. Does kids come to your door on Halloween? It's just a curiosity. It's something I would love to know.
We used to do a haunted house with the kids every year, so.
Have you seen the chat, guys?
Yeah, I just saw.
What is it?
Another situation that would really bring out Halloween, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Oh,
definitely.
God, you're talking about...
Not saying the name, but yeah.
What?
It's a...
I can't see the chat, FYI.
A certain character that we all had a bit of a run-in the past, and has shown up a few times, so somebody's having a problem with him. We won't say the name out loud. Well, I don't anyway, but...
I'll give you a clue. It's a character...
Beetlejuice!
Right. We all know who it is.
I mean, do they call themselves Beetlejuice? They look like Beetlejuice? Do they want to fuck Beetlejuice? I mean...
No. Me just being a dumbass on that remark, but no.
Oh. Fuck them.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think you've got me on my Facebook, because I've got a new Facebook phonics sis, but add me on Sherry Brett.
Like, why?
And I can get
mentioning it in a public forum and not calling for the people that I can actually scare away that damn thing.
I don't mention his name because it powers the name in it.
Yeah, no, that's why I don't say it, because then you can just bring him back. best
Mhm.
just to...
What does he say? If you want to say, I'm just curious. I mean,
Tell Mike.
You familiar with the being known as the Hat Man?
what about the Hat Man?
And we got somebody in the chat that says he's paid her another visit.
Oh, the Hat Man has gone by a great many names throughout the decades and centuries. The Raggedy Man, the Rag Man, Tatterdemalion, the Tattered Man, Patchwork Man. He's had a lot of names.
Oh, yeah. He's been around for a very long time.
Yeah, I actually have a story about the bastard.
So do we.
I've had some run-ins in a young age, and then one in a company that we was all part of. Yeah.
Would you
Why
like?
don't you tell us the story, Mike?
Well, back in the day when that entity first manifested, will start making itself more widely known. It was post-colonial, but pre-19th century here in the U.S. When he would come, if he did take someone, think of him as the Slender Man before there was a Slender Man.
Not wrong.
He not only terrorized and frightened people, but he was also known originally as a taker of children. And he would take adults too, but he would always leave a piece of whatever garment he was wearing behind. And that's where he earned the name the Tattered Man or the Raggedy Man. He'd leave a piece of his jacket, or his jacket was, and his hat was made from pieces of the clothing of the children that he took, and from the adults that he took and he killed and took away. His clothing was always made of bits and pieces of their clothing that was stitched together. And he would always leave a piece of it behind in a location in which they disappeared at. So he's not as dangerous, not thought of as being as dangerous as he once was. But he still is. But there's been so many stories of him just showing up and scaring people, as opposed to showing up and removing people from their life. He evolved as his story evolved. He's one of those critters who needs to be remembered. To use another pop culture reference, he was the original Candyman. If you think about him or you talk about him, you risk bringing his attention on you. So, and he wouldn't leave until he got what he came for. So,
yeah, I never use his name.
Unless you bargain to get him something more, greater.
And he had a thing about silver. And we're talking about not regular silver, but it had to be inherited silver, silver that was passed down through generations to you, that you could use to ward him off or keep him from entering your residence. Or so the story went. So
that's quite interesting. That is very interesting.
Well, there's stories of a lot of things, like entities like the Raggedy Man, that involved inherited silver and the properties of inherited silver. There was something about that could be used to hold them at bay or to ward things like that off. It's an old country thing. It's out of Finland and Norway, the stories of inherited silver being used for things like that.
I've heard a poem, but I can't remember how it goes, and it's the Raggedy Man. How does it go? I don't know where I heard that. It was the Raggedy Man.
I know that poem too. It's they used to tell children about the Raggedy Man. It's a warning.
Right. Oh, what was that? That's going to
some of our favorite songs that we learned as kids, some of the favorite poems we learned as kids, were actually warnings to us. So
yeah,
that we passed along.
Raggy Man. It's something I seen it somewhere. It was a movie. I can't mind where I seen it. And the wee girl was doing the rhyme, the Raggedy Man. Oh, what's that? That's going to annoy me now.
It's been used. And like I said before, that entities, the tales of that entity have been used in pop culture. Like I said, from from Candyman to you name it. God knows. Even we were joking earlier about Beetlejuice. That saying the name of something would attract its attention, and then it would come and it wouldn't go away until it took what it wanted. So, oh, and well, that's true too. It's and God, what's the name of that series of movies? Oh fuck me. I can't think of what it's called, but
what was it? A movie like, or was it a series?
It was a series of movies that were done. I can't remember. It's not going to come to me anytime soon, so we might as well move on from that conversation.
Yeah. let's all cheer up.
Yeah.
Dakota, what's your opinions and stuff?
Sorry, I keep hearing something talking underneath us.
Yeah, well, I'm hearing the tones.
I'm hearing the tones, actually. That's weird. You should say that.
And I thought I heard a voice a minute ago, but then I thought it might have been Chloe or something. Always go a little bit weird when that certain character gets mentioned.
Oh, Jeepers Creepers.
That's
the name of the movie.
Yeah.
He would only come in he would pop into, he wouldn't leave you alone until he took what he came to take, so. That was based loosely on those stories, so.
Talking about movies, are they not making a new Halloween? Is it the last Halloween?
Halloween Ends.
Halloween Ends, yeah. I mean, what age is Michael now? It must be in his 70s.
I watched it. Would you like me to do a big spoiler for everybody?
Oh, I would go. You might as well tell them to watch that kind of stuff.
Michael lives.
Oh no, he gets his throat cut, his wrist cut, and then he gets put into a shredder by Lori at the end. Oops, said that out loud.
Bugger.
But the twist is there's her granddaughter's boyfriend, well, wannabe boyfriend, wants to be like Michael Myers. He ends up killing a bunch of people, and he ends up fighting Michael Myers for the mask in the sewers. And then Michael comes and kills him after he's killed a bunch of people. I mean, it gets really convoluted. It didn't need to be that convoluted. I know, I just did a major spoiler alert. I did a major spoiler, so go figure. Yeah. I'm going to have a lot of people hate on it.
I'll wait 5 years and watch it, and I'll forgo.
It wasn't bad. The only reason I watched it was because it had Jamie Lee Curtis, and she's the original Scream Queen.
Yeah.
I love me some Jamie Lee Curtis, so she can do no wrong.
It's like the new Lord of the Rings. I'm kind of getting into it, but it's like the time before the Hobbits and stuff like that. It's strange. Let's just put it that way, because I know that you've read all the books.
Well, what, the Lord of the Rings and shit?
Yeah, the new one. The
Hell's Bells. I taught those books when I used to teach, so I had a good time telling those stories. So.
Did you teach? Were you a teacher?
Yeah, 5 years. Nice. I always hooked up with the history teacher, the world history teacher, And me and him, his first name was Caleb. I can't think of his last name. But whenever he got to World War II is when I would start teaching the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Because the Lord of the Rings trilogy mirrored what was going on during World War II. So we would teach those sections at the same time. So my students would leave my classrooms. They'd learn, how World War II influenced Tolkien to write the trilogy. And then they would go and learn more about World War II with their history teacher right after my class. So I had a lot of fun doing that.
Well, you kind of opened the door for World War II. You helped them learn something that happened,
Yeah. I was a decent teacher.
I did not know you were a teacher.
I was a bit nightmarish. I was very strict. I was not the touchy-feely teacher that the teachers they have nowadays that they care about their kids and their feelings. No, I cared about if they left my classroom and they knew something. They knew how to read and write and think for themselves. So.
Did any of them ever bring you an apple?
I had some that probably wanted to fucking kill me. I had a bunch of parents that wanted to kill me because their little foo-foos were on the college track, and little foo-foos thought they could get away without doing the work in my class or taking my classes seriously.
Yeah.
Until little foo-foos were in danger of failing and having their 4.0 GPA get taken down to 2.5 by me, failing them. They say, "No, you can't do that. You can't do that. They're on the track they're on the college track. They're on the fast track." And I went, "Well, you might well tell them to slow down in my classroom and actually do the work." Yeah. So,
I would have loved a teacher like you, Mike. My God. Maybe you were strict, but my God, I mean, the stuff that you teach was.
Well, I did a creative writing course once a semester too. And that was the fun course. That was the one I didn't have to be serious with. So,
yeah. Well, I did not know you were a teacher. That's something that's opened my eyes.
I've done a lot.
You're a man of many trades.
I had to pay the bills somehow, dude.
Yeah, well,
very true.
That's very true. The way everything's changing now, the way the world's changing now, is. God knows what
the world's going now, everybody's going to have to start busting out into porn.
Yeah, that's that. Dakota, when you put your starting on. I couldn't help myself there. I had to say it. You're just quiet tonight, Sherry. You look like you're in another world.
A couple times, Sherry,
I
look like her face is
feeling a bit random. I don't know.
Yeah, you're just
feel like I'm here but I'm not, sort of thing. I've been doing some writing and drawings and stuff, so yeah.
What's that, Stephen in the chat there? He keeps freezing up. It might be your internet, my friend.
Stephanie.
Who keeps freezing up?
Stephanie, sorry. Mispronounced the name. That's my fault. I'm Scottish. I can't help it.
Well,
I blame my Scottish abilities for everything, Every mistake I make is because I'm Scottish.
I knew someone named Stephanie who watched my shows all the time. I wonder if it's the same Stephanie. It's
the same one because I recognise her for the... She's over here.
Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie. Thanks for giving a fuck. I appreciate it.
It's hard. It's hard. There you go. There's a message for Mike for you, Stephanie.
I'm not sure it's a good message. It's a good message. I appreciate everybody who ever watched any show that I was on. I appreciate everybody for giving a fuck about me being there. So I appreciate everybody for that. So
in the years to come, Mike,
we was all a little bit worried about you because we hadn't seen you.
I was
missing your shows.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to see you back.
Well, that's why I kept them lo-fi. You keep them lo-fi and you keep the expectations low, and you don't have to disappoint anybody.
I did enjoy your face swap app videos.
You get pissed every time I do one of you.
That's different. That's different. Mike's better looking than me.
I have a, speaking of that, I need to see if I still have it saved. Everybody knows I love the Resident Evil franchise.
Oh, yeah.
The games and the movie series too, but the games mostly. And everybody knows I love Resident Evil Village. But I found a Lady Dimitrescu that I did a reface on, and it's a really good reface too. I mean, it works beautifully with that character.
Oh, you need to put that up.
I need to dig that back out.
I tried that once. There was almost no difference in the face.
Oh, that. See, that's your character for Halloween, dude. That's your character. This Lady Dimitrescu.
Again, it's a game that I've never played. Is that?
I'll tell you what. You will, if you play that, dude, you will never forget that character, Lady Dimitrescu. She is that whole part of that game in her castle.
Yeah.
It's utterly terrifying. It's hard as hell and terrifying as shit.
I've seen the video clip where the guy falls into the water and turns into this crazy thing with tentacles and all that.
Well, you just described a section of every Resident Evil game ever made.
I've never played. Yeah. I've never played it. Is it out? Is it out in the?
Been out for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm going to buy that and I'm going to play that.
It's Resident Evil Village. It's well worth playing. It's just so bloody. The one before that, Biohazard, you should play that too. Because the two games are connected as far as stories are concerned, so it's a lot of fun. Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
I'll maybe do that. I'll maybe get it and I'll play it.
I mean, when you have Lady Dimitrescu come into a room and she's hot after you and you can't do anything but run like a crazy fucker because you can't kill her. I mean, it's really unnerving to play. It really is. Because you know if she catches you, she's going to kill you.
Yeah. I've seen
Sounds like some of my exes.
Oh my god. Can you imagine having her as an ex?
Yeah.
What have you been doing, Dakota?
Nothing.
Well, you know. So what are you all up to through the week? What are you all up to through the week? What are you all doing? You all must be doing something exciting. We'll start with you, Mike. What are you doing tomorrow?
Hoping my oxygen gets arriving on time.
I seen your lives you did through the week, and you were going on about the state of the roads. I take it the roads are quite bad.
Oh yeah, the roads are bad out here. Apparently, once you get off the main highway, and it's still a state main. The roads are state maintained, so it pisses me off that they don't come out here and do anything on these roads. But I don't think a lot of people like getting that close to my farm, so I'm going to blame it on that.
There's an amazing guy called Mike the Naked Bigfoot that lives in there. You know, all those people want to come and see you.
That sounds like a bad horror story kids would make up.
You see, I was once deep in regional politics here, so I did a little king making, politically speaking, in my community, and a lot of people haven't forgiven me. Some people haven't forgiven me for that. So, but those were back in the days. So,
well, as they say, fuck them. Yeah, I mean,
fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck them.
There you go. Yeah, Jenny.
I'm hoping to get do a normal investigation and maybe do something to do with watching the sky again in the week. Friday I've got my Bald and Bonkers show.
Yeah.
Obviously the show's over the weekend. Probably trying to compose some more of my music on my tongue drum and stuff like that. Just doing usual things, just trying to keep busy.
Dakota, what are you doing?
Well, I'm going to be working on getting some of the new projects for the company up and running. More audio channels, book distribution, get the store back up and running after some asshole out of Florida tried using us to scam some poor bastard out of like $4,000.
Oh, for God's sake.
See, I don't fall for scams like that. I'm too tight with my money.
I'm saying. You know how copper wire was invented? 2 Scotsmen arguing over a penny.
Okay, that's really funny and mildly racist, so I really like it.
Well, a Scottish guy said it, so we can get
a Scottish guy said it's absolutely fine. I've got my sister-in-law's father's funeral tomorrow, so I know.
Those are the worst.
Yeah, so but that's life, I suppose, isn't it?
Especially on a Monday. Funerals should never be held on Mondays.
Mondays are depressing enough as it is.
I know.
Oh, no, they should be held on Thursdays or Saturdays and never on Sundays and Mondays. Those days weren't made for that.
It's taken 3 weeks. It's taken 3 weeks for the funeral to arrange.
Wow.
Because there's a backlog of people wanting to get buried. I'm not getting buried. I'm getting cremated. I'm going the quick way. Look at it.
I've heard that there was a, well, not in my area, but there are places where there's a lot of people that are dropping, and there really is a backlog of yeah, and there's also a lack of caskets being found too. People can't find caskets now too.
And there's also in my area, there's been an influx of people that aren't fucking being safe on the roads. And my mom was telling me about this one guy. He ended up crashing his motorcycle, and let's just say top half of his face was flipped over his mouth.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, Jesus.
He was still alive.
Oh, my God. Ooh.
How's that possible?
Oh, it's possible.
It just literally just looked like it just cut off part of his face and just, yeah.
That's just terrible.
You'll be amazed some of the accidents they get out of.
I felt bad for the guy that found him.
Yeah.
He was just a young kid.
It's the world we live in, isn't it? To be honest with you, the way the world is now, I think everything's just going to get worse. It's just going to get worse before it gets better.
It seems like it at the minute. Don't seem to be getting better, does it?
Yeah, I think the world's in for a big change very shortly, and everything's got to change forever.
Makes you wonder why some of these bag beings out there are wanting to go out and try to cause problems for us. Seems like you leave us alone long enough, we'll kick our own asses.
But the humans will always come back, but maybe
you have to quote Jurassic Park when you say that. Here's another pop culture reference. Everybody knows I have tons of those. Life always finds a way. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, Jurassic Park. I mean, yeah, they were all extinct, and then they all come back again. They all escaped, and then they're all running about America, eating folk. You know, imagine walking through the woods, Mike, and a Tyrannosaurus Rex jumps out in front of you.
If that
would be interesting.
That would be the least of what comes out of my woods jumping at me. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think tonight's been absolutely fantastic, and I hope everybody has a brilliant week, and thank you for everybody that's come in. And I would just like to say thank you, Mike, for all the times that you've been on the shows with us. You know?
Yeah, you've been awesome.
And we'll talk to you after the show. Mike, before you go. So, catch you later, everybody. See ya.
Have a
brilliant week.
Bye. Here's to hoping, I feel like I should be popping champagne, but here's to hoping we get many more years coming.
There you go. You got a smile from